Hello everyone, it's Christy from Christy's Beautiful Life. Welcome back to a Spiegel Mom Scraps design team layout, as well as focusing on the letter T for the ABC Spending Freeze challenge that I am doing with Moira over on our Spending Freeze 2.0 Facebook group. So that is just something where we've been posting every couple days. Like I think I post on Monday, she posts on Thursday when we remember, one letter with a challenge that corresponds with that letter. And then throughout the rest of this year, because we're on a spending freeze until November, we're just working through the challenges ourselves and posting them, and just give you something to do if you're interested in. So for T, it is twine, trim, that sort of thing. And so I pulled all my baker's twine that I got from Shadney's Etsy shop. And this isn't all of it, but it's kind of the lighter colors. I'm in that more summery, springy mood right now. So I pulled those. And I pulled an old mix. Now this is not available in the shop right now because I live in Canada. I'm still waiting for my May release sequence to come out. So I'm going to be using an old mix called Wide Open Spaces. I think that the colors are going to work well with my plan. I also pulled in a couple shimmers. So I've got a Caribbean Sunset Spritz, which is so close to being done, and the Mandarin Mai Tai, which is not quite so close to being done, but these are old. If I could only explain to you how old these are, they're old. And so I'm going to get this all put together and hopefully come up with a layout. It is May, which is May I Scrap Lift You month, meaning this awesome series that Crystal from Pineapple Papers hosts. And I found a layout from Instagram. Her Instagram handle is She's Got a Scrap. I love her layouts. If you haven't checked her out before, I highly recommend it. I'll have the link down below for that, as well as the Facebook group for the Spending Freeze, and of course Spiegel Mom Scraps shop. And I love this because of the way she's used her twine, but then it's not a circular photo, it's a square photo. And so I'm going to play off of that as my scrap list for today as well. So let's get going and let's see what I can create. Starting off, I'm going to take this awesome stencil from Shadney's Etsy shop. It is a 3-part stencil, but I'm just going to use this particular one. It has the sunburst I'm kind of looking for, and I'm going to go ahead and spray it, add a little bit of adhesive so my stencil doesn't go flying when I spray it. I'm using that Mandarin Mai Tai first, and then I'm going to go back over it with the Caribbean Sunset. Again, these are super old shimmers that need to be used up because they're so old. Like, I think they're over 5 years old, if not more. They're very old. But it works. I mean, they still work. They're fine, but I really need to work on them. I love the little effect that it gives me, and now I get to play and figure out where to go from here and what I'm going to do. I'm going to add a little bit of splatter as I'm thinking about it. I'm not sure where to go. I have this idea. I know I'm following this lovely scrap lift from She's Got a Scrap, but how I'm going to make it work, it's not quite, hasn't quite figured that part out yet. So first things first, I need to pick some pattern papers to go with this photo. It is a photo of our kitty cat Dozer, and one day I walked into the bathroom and found him just sitting there, and it kind of shocked me a bit. I wasn't expecting him to be in our washroom, so it was kind of just a good morning hello. I think it was pretty early in the morning when I took that photo. Actually, it might have been first thing in the morning, so he really startled me. And I just wanted to document it because I thought it was funny and he looked really cute up there. Just kind of hanging out. He does like to find a nice kind of quiet and cool spot to be during the day. He kind of naps all day long. And then when we get home for dinner and stuff, then he starts to kind of come into where we all are. And then he's crazy busy at night running around because I swear he's nocturnal. But we love him. We got him back in February, and he has definitely made our house more interesting. And I think this is the first time I've scrapped of him. So this is the first time some of you are seeing him if you don't follow me on Instagram. Anyways, I got my pattern papers back. I am using the pattern papers from Waffle House Creations or something like that. They are a US based company, and we did a collab with them back in the beginning of the year. So I went ahead and picked the patterns from that. Now you are going to start seeing my hands going crazy trying to wiggle around because I went live in this part. However, this video is becoming a little bit longer than I normally do, so I thought I would just cut out my talking over and do this out loud with you. For the sequins, I was debating adding certain colors into certain rays versus what you see me doing here, which is just gluing them down, doing my faux shaker and just laying them down like that. I really wasn't sure how I was going to go about it and how I was going to make it all work. In the end, what I'm going to decide to do is this idea with the adding the faux shaker look to every other ray. And I think it goes to about like 3/4 of the sunburst because of course my photo is covering up most of it. But that is what my final decision was after going back and forth and deciding what I was going to do. So here is me finishing that up so you kind of have an idea. This is a really easy technique, you guys. You simply take the glue, put it where you want your sequins to be, put the sequins down, add something to hold it down, knock them off. Really, really easy. So that's how I do it. Now we're going to bring in the twine because of course this is for the T for twine and trim for the ABC Scrappy Spinning Freeze Challenge. And I now need to get that in here. And the whole point of me using this beautiful layout to scrap lift. I'm debating about using each color of this twine and doing the starburst like you can see in the scrap lift. And I don't know. So I was playing with the different things. Then I thought maybe I would just take the blue and wrap it around or just use the blue as the starburst. I didn't know what I came up with. And I have to tell you, I'm really happy with how this turned out. I'm going to take the blue and I'm going to go around each one of the rays with this so that it highlights the rays. It's really fun. It was messy because of course I'm using wet adhesive glue on my fingers, and there's other ways to get this to go on. I'm sure that it doesn't look so messy, and this is just how I was making it work. It's slightly time consuming because you do have to go through everything. And had I have known that this is what I was going to do, I would have done the twine around the rays before I added the sequins. But I did not know that's what was going to happen, so it's okay. I'm really happy with how it turned out. This is super cute. Next up, I'm going to then take the yellow and the pink twine and now follow, like you can see in the layout that I'm scrap lifting, and just taking it from the rays, like so every other ray basically as well, in one color and then the pink in the other color. This turned out fabulous. I'm so pleased with how it turned out. I'm going to back it on a piece of powder paper from, I think it's Kid at Heart collection. It was just had the right kind of vibe I was looking for with the color tone. It had that softer, almost that Mandarin Mai Tai color that I used that I soaked up. It had that color to it. And then to make sure that my twine doesn't escape, because I did glue it, but who knows, I added some stitching around the outside. It bunched up on a spot on me, but we're going with it. Now, to follow the rest of this beautiful layout, I am adding the hearts where I kind of see them in the original scrap lift. And then I'm going to go ahead and just add a few pieces. I did try to add this rub-on that says hello you. This is from however gazillion times ago, a fall collection that we all loved. And I kept the rub-ons, and guess what? They don't really work great anymore because they're super old. So I'm going to scratch that. Instead, I'm going to add the word adventure and hello in that heart. And then a few florals, which I believe are from Pink Fresh Studio. And that, you guys, is how I combined using Twine Challenge and a fun layout for Spiegel Mom Scraps. Super pleased with how this turned out. I love that I finally have a layout of Dozer up on my channel and in my albums. I'll do a little bit of journaling about how he surprised me and all of that, because that's what this particular layout is about. But I'm very pleased with it. I think I mean, took my own twist on the layout, but it was a fun scrapbook to work with. And in the end, I'm just super, super pleased with how it all turned out. All right, guys, links will be down below for everything that you could possibly think of that I talked about today. And here's a look at my finished layout. Thanks for spending some time with me. Bye.